Hello there, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. And I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing okay. Yaron, my husband, is on his annual camping trip with his boys, and we are just trying to hold it together here in the Prives family household. God bless the single mothers out there who do this all the time, because I am like fraying at the seams here. It's been a lot. And every time my husband goes away, things go wrong in the house. We had like a plague of flies once that came up through the drain. We have like plumbing issues. The ceiling caved in one time from a leak. So it's always like just crazy Murphy's Law, bad things happening in the house. And right now the shade in my bedroom broke. So at 5 a.m, the sun comes in and wakes me up, and I had to jerry rig with a quilt another shade, which seems to be working. And the faucet in the kitchen is leaking, and one of the toilets got clogged. You know, it's like just nonstop hits. And the scheduling has been crazy with like last night, August had a baseball game at the same time that Dashiell had climbing, and August refused to let somebody else drive him because he has social anxiety, which I totally understand. But then he was waiting for me for half an hour to get there, and I had to get my brother-in-law to bring his cleats, which he forgot. So it's just like crazy scheduling. It's the last 2 weeks of school, and honestly, I'm like at the point where I just want to like keep them home and like go do something fun with them rather than getting them out every morning. And the school is like giving them all these different projects and tests, and it's like, it's the last 9.5 days of school, guys. Can we calm down? Like, it's over. And when they get projects and tests, guess who's helping them and running around like a lunatic because they forget until the last second, or like don't know what's required, or they're tired or whatever. That's right. It's me. It's me. So, you know, I'm still a little sick. You can probably hear it. I got my lashes done and I feel like they look crazy. I need to, you ladies out there, if you know like what to ask for to get them to be more natural looking, like this is too long for me. Like I feel like this looks really fake, and they're kind of like clumping together, and my eye is red and irritated and looks like I'm a zombie from the glue or something. So please let me know if you have a better system. I cannot do fake eyelashes. I'm not coordinated enough. And I'm having drama with one of my friends, and everything is just bananas. But that's me. Tell me in the comments what's going on with your life. And today I'm going to be doing a reaction for Mike Gehrman. And I want to say a big thank you to Mike because he is a big supporter of my channel. A lot of times I do reactions for free, but you can also do a special request, and you can Venmo me at Michal Prives, which I will put in the description box below, and that gets you priority access to getting a review. And I have been charging $50, but anything is appreciated if you want to support me. You can buy me a coffee. Because a lot of times I can't monetize the videos because the material is copyrighted, and for some reason YouTube doesn't consider reactions or analysis fair use under the copyright statute, which is, in my opinion, a misinterpretation of the law. As a former intellectual property attorney, you should be able to do critique and not have it be demonetized, because it's considered a derivative work. But anyways, today I'm doing a reaction that Mike requested, and he writes, "This band is a very cool, cutting-edge, extremely creative duo, a singer-lyricist and a keyboard music sound creator from LA called Collide. The song, which I think is a good introduction to them, since it was my introduction to them back in the day, is Tempted. The unique singer is Karen, spelled as shown here and pronounced either Karin or Karen. who has a voice that is so smooth and with such great control that it would be easy to listen to her all day, in my opinion. All right, and then he also sent the lyrics. So let's read the lyrics together first, and that way we don't have to have one part of our brain trying to decode the lyrics as we're listening to the music. All right, so this says, the surface is transparent, stranger here in me, filter through like sun, future I am past. All right, already this is like very poetic, so it takes a second to interpret, right? The surface is transparent makes me think about water, right? Like you're looking down into water. Stranger here in me could be an adjective or a noun, right? Stranger, it's like, is there a stranger inside of me? Like I don't know myself, or things are stranger within me. Filter through like sun, future, I am past. So I am past the future. Oh, my light just went out. Great. I guess the battery's dead. I'll recharge that later. So like if you've passed a certain future, then maybe like certain possibilities are closed to you, you know, because there's infinite futures, right? But you can make decisions now that have an effect on the future and prevent certain possibilities from coming to pass. And filter through like sun makes me think about light filtering through trees and creating shadows and all of that. Though your hunger feels the same, I am wanting, give me breath. I am truth you can't explain. I am treasure, I am dust, I am water, I am rain. So, you know, now it's like you're taking a different perspective, and it sounds like you're taking almost like a God's eye view, you know. I like to say the Godoogle, like the all-knowing Google. So if you are the truth and the treasure and the dust and the water and the rain, it's like you are the universe, you are the creator, right? So now it's almost like you're stepping outside and looking at somebody else, right? And speaking to another person. So interesting perspective shift here. I am tempted here. I am the hunter. I am the prey. Through your 10,000 years, every moment remains. So again, I'm the hunter, I'm the prey, right? Multiple perspectives. Through your 10,000 years suggests like a time scale that's much greater than a human existence. There's like similar language with the hunger and the tempted. And then every moment remains, referring to the passage of time again, like future, I am past. I am future, I am past. I am haunted, I am blessed, and I'm filtered through like sun until your moment comes undone. I am hunter, I am prey, I am water, I am rain. Some light, some rain flows through me. Some light, some rain flows through me. So it almost makes me feel like you're talking about like nature or like the whole of experience. I'm wondering, so I don't know if Mike typed these lyrics himself or if he's copying them from somewhere, because I am future, I am past could be like, it's spelled like I'm past the future, you know, but it could also be like I am the past. So I wonder about that, because spelling obviously can affect interpretation. I am tempted here, I am the hunter, I am the prey. Through your 10,000 years, every moment remains. I am tempted here. I am the hunter, I am the prey. Through your 10,000 years, every moment remains. Lies the night, conscious one. I am earth, I am water, I am ground. I am wanting, give me breath. So again, like encapsulating all of this experience and like sensory information and being outside like an omniscient being. It's all transparent. I am the stranger here. It's all transparent, just the same as fiction and the truth you can't explain. So this is returning to the beginning of the song. Nice callback, right? I love when you have similar lyrics, but you change them slightly and that can change the meaning, right? So first we had the surface is transparent. Now it's all transparent, and transparent can mean that you can like fully see through something and interpret it. I am the stranger here, right? There's a stranger in me now. I am the stranger. It's all transparent, just the same as fiction and the truth you can't explain, right? So fiction obviously is untrue, and then you have the truth you can't explain, which is a slightly different meaning, right? You can't explain it, but it's still true. There is truth that exists outside of our knowledge and our ken. Though your hunger feels the same, I am wanting, give me some light. Some rain flows through me, some light, some rain flows through me. I am tempted here. I am the hunter, I am the prey. Through your 10,000 years, every moment goes astray. Give me breath. So obviously there's a lot of repetition, right? There's I am wanting, give me breath, keeps coming back. And I like that a lot because breath can mean a bunch of different things, obviously it can literally mean breath, but also like space or like time to process something, right? Like you could say you take a breath or you take a beat. So it's almost like give me space, give me room to like interpret all of this information that I'm getting. So I really like these lyrics. I think there's a lot here. A lot of times when things are like more poetic and abstract, they can be like so, like postmodernist abstract where like nothing makes sense and you can't find a foothold into them. I can't speak for some reason today. But I feel like here there's multiple different interpretations, but you can interpret them, like they make sense to me in a way that I'm interpreting them, and there could be multiple other interpretations. So they're abstract, but they're not so abstract that they're like, they jumped the shark and they make no sense. And as you know, I like a little bit of abstraction and poetry more than things that are like very specific, although I can like very specific things too, under certain conditions. Anyway, I'm really on a tear today. I'm on a tangent of a tangent of a tangent. I'm sorry. I did take melatonin last night, so maybe my brain is still waking up. All right, so let's check it out together. So again, this is a duo from LA called Collide, and the song is called Tempted. All right, so here we go. Let's check it out. This is not what I was expecting at all, which is great. I love being surprised. Visually, it's very stunning. She's got a really strong look, obviously. She's wearing a lot of makeup. She's got like what looks like dreads. It's kind of hard to tell from the picture. And the font kind of reminds me of like Stabbing Westward. The sound also, when it started, had like almost like an industrial quality to it. There's a lot of effects on the beat, you know, just like the EQ and how it almost sounds like muffled. And then the way that she's singing, I think also matches that really well. So when you think about like choral singing and how like pure it is, or like operatic singing, where you're really like trying to get the sound out, you know, and as clear as possible, and like enunciate and like make sure that everything translates to like the 90-year-old sitting in the back row. You know, this is kind of the opposite of that, meaning that there is a lot of effect on her voice, and she's singing in almost like a more covered way, you know? So rather than trying to really like allow the sound to come out unobstructed, there's almost this effort to like keep the sound in and like allow a little bit to escape. And it's really about the expression, you know, and her voice is very expressive. So she's really painting an oral picture. And I'm glad that we read the lyrics together beforehand, because I don't know if I would have been able to pick them out because of the covered way in which she's singing. She's kind of swallowing a lot of the sound and keeping a lot of the sound inside of her mouth. There is a certain amount of vocal fry, which I have a lot of today. I'm sorry about that. I am sick. But you hear kind of her voice going in and out of being covered and being in like a clean tone and being more gravelly. And it all adds to this poetic interpretation and expressive,ness in the way that she's singing. And I agree with Mike that there is a certain smooth quality that's very pleasant to listen to in the way that she's singing. I like the like tribal elements in the instrumentation, and especially with the drums. And I also really like how she's ornamenting her melody with like silulim and these very complicated figures overlaid on the melody, which makes it sound like it's not necessarily like a Western kind of pop mode, you know, like it's bringing in these other like tribal kind of like ethnic sounding musical elements. So really interesting so far, and not what I was expecting.
I am tempted, I am the hunter, I am the prey. Though you're 10,000 years, every moment I am future, I am past. I am haunted, I am blessed, and I'm filtered through like sun until your moment comes undone. I am hunter, I am prey. I am water, I am rain. Sunlight, sun rain flows through me. Sunlight, sun rain flows through me. I am tempted, I am the hunter, I am the prey. Though you're 10,000 years, every moment remains.
A couple things that I think are really interesting about this. There's a lot going on, but it doesn't sound overly cluttered, like everything works together. I really like, I could almost hear this being used in a yoga class or something, you know what I mean? Like it definitely has these like Eastern kind of elements in the instrumentation. And in terms of the like rhythm, there's like a lot going on, you know, like it's very busy. The beat of the drums is very busy, and then like that instrument that almost sounds like a stringed like zither, or like something that's being like finger picked in the background, that has a very complicated rhythm as well, but it all kind of like works together without being like overly messy. Also, the harmonies are not exactly lined up, you know? So it's more like a chant in the background, and then she's singing her main vocal over that. And so that's unusual. Usually, you know, in pop music, you follow exactly the melody and you do like a third or a fifth or a fourth or whatever, you know? And this is almost like independent of what's happening in the main melody, and yet it all works together. And the chord progression is unexpected. It's going places that, you know, it's not like four chords that are repeating over and over again, like in a pop song. It's more complex, and it's unexpected to my ear, and it would be harder for me to replicate immediately. So I really like that because you know, if you've listened to like the Axis of Awesome video that explains like how every pop song is basically like the same chord progression, and you know, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but a lot of them are very like derivative and repetitive, and you start to feel like you've heard everything already after a while. And you can obviously mix it up with different melodies and harmonies and instrumentation and whatever, but and there are infinite possibilities, but this is like a different vein of chord progression and melodies and things. So it's refreshing in that sense. In terms of her vocal delivery, she's really not pushing, and I think that contributes to that feeling of smoothness. She's very relaxed and she's very close, and the mic is very hot, so you can hear every subtle nuance in her vocal performance. And when she like says a word like I am na, 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 breath, you know, like it's all like very expressive, and all of that detail is being picked up with great fidelity because the mic is so close and so hot. So we're getting a really accurate, close-up, intimate portrayal of what she's doing vocally. Very cool.
I am tempted, I am the hunter, I am the prey. Lose you 10,000 years, every moment remains. It's all transparent. I am the stranger here. It's all transparent, just the same as fiction, and the truth you can't explain.
The way that it's produced and the way that the vocals are layered is very trippy. So, you know, like if you've ever taken like a psychedelic or something and you like see something move and then there's like tracks behind it, like After Effects, or even if you like have a flash in your vision and like somebody takes a picture with a flash and then you see like the After Effects. That's what this sounds like, you know, because of the way that she's like layering the vocals. So she'll sing something, da 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 da, and then she'll do another layer, da 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 da. So it creates this kind of like delay, but without using an actual delay, you know. And then there is like actual delay and echo, and then the instruments are doing similar melodies as well. So it kind of creates this like time warp effect where you feel like you're having deja vu or like hearing these like after effects of the melody with all the different layers. And so that's like a cool way of playing with time. It sounds very, very trippy. And then like, I think some of the instruments are also like reversed, you know? So like that sounds trippy. So you're getting like these weird, like, the way that sounds usually, like if you have a crescendo or something, when it's reversed, it sounds really funny. Like it's almost like the sound is like being sucked up, you know? So you're getting these like interesting, just aural effects that create this like time warp, reality warp sense.
Your hunger feels the same. I am wanting, give me some light, some rain flows through me. Some light, some rain flows through me. I am tempted, I am the hunter, I am prey. Use 10,000 years, and then the moment goes astray. Give me breath.
Very cool. So I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really unique. And so much of music is not unique in, at least in like popular music. So when you hear something like this, it's really refreshing. There's a vision, there's an artistry, and it's not just like being performed for the sake of like having technical perfection. I'd say the opposite is true. You know, it's sung very well, and she's using a lot of different techniques, but it's much more about the emotion and the expressiveness. And I think that's really cool. It definitely sounds like she's casting a musical spell on you as you're listening to it. A couple of things about just like her technique. She is singing in a very light way, and she's going between having her vocal folds adducted and then being more lightly connected. And so you're hearing the breath coming through. She is slipping into some of that like false vocal fold, vocal fry kind of technique as well. And she has some very complicated modal ornaments going on. And I think the whole track is very complicated in terms of all of the different layers and the melodies and the orchestration and the rhythms, and it all works together, which I think is something that's difficult to pull off when you have so much going on, for it not to just feel like a mess, you know? I think it all really works. So I really enjoyed it. I think she's really interesting. I'd love to know more about the other person since it's a duo, you know? So it would be cool. It would be cool if there was like a visual for this other than the still image, because it is so cool looking, you know? Like I want more. I want like more of a visual element, and I know we're spoiled in that way now. We should be able to just listen to music and not need like a video element, but it would be cool to see a visual element along with the song as well, because the song is so good. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Mike, for the recommendation and for supporting my channel. And if you guys want to support the channel, you don't have to do it in a monetary way. You can leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and recommend my channel to other people. That is all greatly appreciated as well. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care, and of course, happy singing. Bye.